Is there value in making a conscious choice to want to serve the light instead of darkness?
Depends on what you do, right? Not what you think, it's what you do. So you have to do, not just think about it. A lot of people think about making changes, but maybe there's a consequence about it if you don't act on it. So the question is, are you willing to act on it? And life circumstances arise that point directly to something you don't seem to have much choice but to do. See? Then when you move to do it, and you do it, you might feel that that was the right thing to do because everything pointed to it. You seemed like you didn't have a choice, but you did, but this was so clear to you that you went with this with a degree of certainty. You said, I have to do this, there's nothing else to do but this right now. It's the most important thing. So it could be the crisis of direction some people encounter at various points along their path, but then there are those points that are truly critical points, where you really change everything, let go of everything, and change gears, change direction, change location even, change your name, change whatever you feel is part of this real, we'll say, step up, in a manner of speaking, getting closer to your purpose, your higher purpose. Sometimes it's losing people, letting people go, family, whatever, pets, hobbies, friends, and then maybe associating with different people who are more in line with what the new direction seems to be about. See? Some people in the spiritual path are always looking for a simpler direction, a clearer, simpler step for themselves, and after which makes life clearer, easier, and more meaningful to them, instead of us may have been in a time of crisis, too congested, too busy, too crazy, too noisy, too aggravating, too neurotic, and so on. So make your choice towards peace, towards clarity and higher function, if you can get to that place. Higher function, big deal.
And so it would seem that for a lot of people to get there, they first have to go maybe towards a more dark place or find out what's on the other side.
No darkness, no light. No light, no darkness. The greatest sinners make the greatest saints. See? They just have more intensity for the practice. We're talking about intensity for the practice, dedication to the practice of self-transcending spiritual intelligence or enlightenment.
This would seem to be like the prodigal son type of thing, you know. And do you subscribe to that notion that it's useful to get away from things in order to come back the right way, let's say?
Whatever the journey is that you've agreed to do, that is basically part of your destiny as laid out before you, then you do what you feel you have to do. No one says you have to do it, but you have to do what you feel you have to do in order to step up. See? And that could be a step of progression. For some it's a step of digression, a step away from it. For others it's a step of regression. People want to get into the spiritual thing because they're going to get some kind of validation. And they go and they find out, oh, they're nowhere near readiness for real spiritual practice, and it just sends them back whimpering. They weren't ready for it. It's too demanding. They weren't ready to give up what it's demanding, not in terms, but in fact. You feel it. Go back. Start over.
Would you call that a case of doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, or?
Could be, you know, you can analyze it any which way you want, you know. You can do it, you might be doing the wrong thing for no reason. As a lot of people do it. I don't need reason for this. That's what sometimes makes it the wrong thing. You have no reasoning behind it. You don't know what's going on. You don't care. Watch that one.
So would you say it's useful to explore things in order to, let's say, find the balance in life? Explore one's dark side or darker conditions?
People do it anyway. You're always in your dark side. It's always right there with you. Could be the left side, the dark side. The right side is the positive light side. Right light, dark. Left dark. Right light, left dark. Right light or left in the darkness. Yeah.
So do people exhaust those conditions? In other words, if you do something enough, you kind of play it out. It's
Oh,
done.
you can wear it out. You can burn it out. Sometimes that condition has to be exhausted, so there are no seeds left to recur or rise. Re-arise. Arise again to haunt you, throw you back on your darker self. No, it's forward motion, straight up, straight ahead, direct, forward moving, forward and up. If you're strong enough to do that, that's the better path.
Are affirmation and intention an important part of that?
Yes, you need to affirm or sense that it's something you're willing to do at all costs, at whatever cost. You want to do it, you got to do it. You got to focus on it. Some people want to improve their health and or their state of mind, and it takes a lot of effort to do that. Depending on how low you were before, or how in the dark you were, then you have to climb out of that. You have to get out of the casket of lower self-esteem. You start to say, I know I'm better. You have an instinct for it, because everybody is better. So it's not like you're fooling yourself. You are better. Everyone has more potential than they live from ordinarily. So there's no question about it. It's not about ego boosting. It's just recognizing the fact of it. It's coming to terms with it.
Would you say, good or bad, that things done with more intention create more resonance in the universe?
More intensity, maybe. More intensity, not just intention. You know, the desire to do something may not be strong enough. So, but if the extreme desire to do it might move the mountains, see, and move the oceans. Extreme passion, in some cases, can get a better result. See? Unless you have it in your karma already and it's cool for you to do it. You say, oh, I never tried this, but this is easier than suffering. Say, good.
Can that intensity be created and still manifest in a calm, peaceful way?
Oh, of course, yeah. Spiritual practice requires great intensity, focus, and dedication. In order for the purification to have the desired effect, which means no returning to the darkness that you were plagued by. You can abandon it, you can step beyond it. It's a casket to get out of, out from, and above and beyond. Leave the casket behind. So all your problems and failings in it. Step up.
Is that sense of intensity at odds with the sense of peace that we aspire to?
No, it is peace. Peace is most intense. Love is most intense. Kindness very intense. Kindness very intense. Not easy to be kind. Very intense. We have our moments, and there's real kindness. That's very intense. It's exhausting. Real kindness is giving it all up for a higher purpose. The purpose of helping other people. That is to say, for good purpose. Just good